Alrighty, y'all. We are live for the Winnipeg Jets at the St. Louis Blues. A series where the home team has won every game. So, game 6 in St. Louis. Smart money is Blues. What the score is going to be, tell you what. Let's dive into the scoreboard real quick, and I'll actually be able to give you a prediction on that. And then we'll dive into the outcomes of yesterday. So we got St. Louis won 7-2, 5-1 at home. So I got to think it's going to be somewhere around 6-1, 6-2 St. Louis. 5-1, 5-2 St. Louis. Something like that. So St. Louis is going to win handily from what the record shows. I mean, you got 2 games from Winnipeg, 5-3. Winnipeg 2-1. So in Winnipeg, it seems to be a close game. I'm guessing a bunch the empty netters. I haven't fortunately seen a whole lot of them, a lot of this series except for the first 2 games. But yeah, smart money's taking St. Louis by 3 or 4. 6-2. It'll be interesting to see, though, outcomes of yesterday. Yeah, the Leafs beat the Senators 4-2. So the Maple Leafs move on. Sorry, Mr. Amadio. I was cheering for you. I was pulling for you. The Avalanche whooped the Stars 7-4. And it actually went. Like, the Leafs, I thought were going to win. The Avalanche, I was expecting some bullshit. Even though they were in Colorado, expecting some BS to happen and the Stars to take the advantage. But the Avalanche just went off. It was really fun to watch. So, again, the ice makes the difference in Dallas. Or at least it seems to be one of the most important things is the quality of the ice. So, we'll see what happens when they go back to Texas. I don't even know. Let's see. Take a look back. Let's do some actual research here. Dallas won 2-1 and 6-2 in Dallas. Colorado won 4-0 one time in Dallas. The scores are just so inconsistent. It's really hard to settle on what's happened. I mean, it looks like Colorado has the more goals. So, I don't know, but Dallas at home, like I said, especially after that last game, Colorado looked like they were skating in sand. And, I mean, to be fair, the ice is the ice no matter which team you're on. It's just more of which side's more used to it. And I kind of thought that with Florida, too, versus the ice in Edmonton. What was it, last year when they played? And so it's going to make a big difference. And that's, I don't know, huge advantage to the Stars for that. However, I would absolutely love to see Colorado just go 6-2. Like, I was really hoping we weren't going to have to play the Oilers just because, like I said, I know Pietrangelo got suspended for slashing Draisaitl. That was a penalty where he should have been suspended, 100%. But when the horn blows for the period, Pietrangelo chucks the puck down the ice, and Evander Kane comes from the blue line to the bottom of the circle to cross-check Pietrangelo in the face, and he doesn't even get a penalty. It was like, and then watching, like I said, watching Edmonton the last couple of years, it's like, ugh. Not fan. We'll just leave it at that. But they beat the Kings 6-4 in Edmonton. So Vegas. Let's go Golden Knights versus the Oilers for round 2. And then we got whoever, so say we're still waiting to find out who the other one's going to be. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing the first home game loss, but I also don't mind delaying the series an extra couple of days so that they can play game 7. Oh, yeah, I guess that's one game I did skip over. Vegas Golden Knights 3-2 over Minnesota. Going on to round 2. I love it. What a wild game that was. It was a lot of fun, man. Unfortunately, very exciting. I was really hoping it would be like 6-1 Vegas, but it was a good series. Talking to my dad, it's a very easy agreement that like Minnesota needs to hold on to Kaprizov and Boldy because that's their Draisaitl and McDavid, right? Except Kaprizov needs to stop being a little punk, dude. He starts stuff. He'll do some dirty stuff, and when the guy reacts, he hides behind either his bigger guys or behind the ref, and it was annoying, really annoying. He goes at White Cloud and like tries to cross check him. It doesn't exactly work out. White Cloud kind of shoves him away. They get a little wrapped up. He punches White Cloud in the face 3 times. And White Cloud kind of goes to grab him. His helmet comes off. And immediately he turns to the ref yelling, "Hey, hey, 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 hey." It was like, okay, you gotta be kidding me. So I would definitely prefer if he would knock that nonsense off. Man, we're going to be way behind, aren't we? Okay. Hopefully I'm not too far behind. For me, they're about to sing the anthem. But it seems this is the closest I got. That's not what I meant to do. They're doing "Oh Canada" first. Can't tell which one's closer. This one. Hopefully this rhythm is better than the Tampa rhythm. Yeah. Make sure it's still okay. Streaming. Night. I mean, the dude belts. I'll give him that. One just does not want to work. Let's see where this one's at. Oh, that one's way, way behind. Okay. Yeah, so we'll be behind a little bit. I was trying to see if I could get a nice, clear, non-buffering feed that isn't delayed. And 2 out of 3 is kind of where I'm going to have to accept it. So I am definitely going to be learning names as we go. It's just been so long since I've actually seen one of these games. Last game was the one I was planning on being here. Plan didn't make it very far. Say, boom, double check this just to make sure. All right, face off. St. Louis Say St. Louis gets it, but Niederreiter threw it up into the bench right off the face off. St. Louis turned away with it. I said I really don't know what to expect, but the easy money says like 6-2 St. Louis. If you just look at the history of the series, I don't know what it is about the goalies. It's not stopping much. I should look a little deeper into the stats before I blame anything, but some goalies do better and some at home and some do worse away. Winnipeg keeps it in, taking it down to the low corner. A little bit of pressure. Niederreiter sends it up to the point. Shot down towards the net. Jets keep it in at the low point. All the way around the high boards, and St. Louis comes out with it. Change on both sides. Winnipeg right back in. Lowry. You start noticing the guys that are active when stuff's happening. And he's definitely been one for the Jets. Who's that? Puck down. Okay. Okay. Let me work on. I'll eventually get some names back in my head. I remember Winnipeg a little bit better. Oof. Good little shot right there. That's Stanley, one of the defensemen, just going straight to the shoulder, but going in hard. That's going. Face off to the left of Bennington. St. Louis is going to head back the other way. All the way down. Waved icing. I didn't think that connected, but hard hit down low. Winnipeg's keeping it. Sorry, St. Louis keeping it in the Winnipeg zone. Was that Parayko? I think it was. Just a little battle at the high wall in neutral. Ends up on Hellebuck. Winnipeg behind their own net. Gets it to the point. It beats St. Louis. All the way back. Who's that? Broberg. Doesn't get it out. So Tanev dancing in the high corner. Puck moving down low. All the way across. Shot on net goes wide. Looking for the tip more than anything. Oh, Winnipeg keeps it in and then he whiffs. Who was that? I couldn't see the number, but he whiffed on the keeping at the blue line. Winnipeg gets right back in the zone, though. Decent little hit. Into the zone. Pressed hard on the back wall. That was great defense. Joseph for St. Louis driving in, and he just gets carried to the backboards. St. Louis right back the other way. All the way down in the corner. Little battle for it. Winnipeg tosses it back. St. Louis gets it in neutral. Yo, what up, Jesus? It's going, man. It's actually been a really good day, buddy. How's your day been? Feeling much, much better. Like, I woke up feeling great. So it's been a really good day. St. Louis working their way out of their own zone across the red into Jets territory all the way across, and they miss the connection at the high circle. Barbecue up some mango chili prawns, cheeseburger, jalapeno poppers, some french fries. Hey, that sounds pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie. That sounds fantastic. I appreciate that, buddy, very much. Y'all were too kind last night. But yeah, I feel listen, I took some NyQuil, cold and flu, and just had a peanut butter sandwich, and I woke up feeling fantastic. So I'm still a little nervous about eating, but makes it a little easier when there's only one game. So either find a spot at some time, or just after have another PB, or not even a PB&J, just peanut butter sandwich. And should be, feeling fine. Like tomorrow should be a good day. All right, Winnipeg throws it on net, goes off a body into the low wall. St. Louis can't clear it. They finally do. Puck headed back other way. Feeling almost 100%. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, man. Like, I woke up feeling pretty good. Still had that little tinge of feeling tired. So I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to go. I got enough time. I'm sleeping. And so got that little bit of extra sleep, and it was like, yeah, much, much better. Son of a... Face off in neutral. St. Louis gets it. Dumped it. Chases it. Winnipeg there first. Not cleared. So a follow struggling down the boards. Eventually gets some help. Toninato. Okay. St. Louis down underneath. Good stick. Slows the puck down, but St. Louis still putting pressure. Dude, St. Louis is attacking the puck. Like, they're taking a much more aggressive strategy than a lot of the teams that we've watched lately. Granted, they have to. But this style is much more of the gas is always on. We'll figure out the defense when we get there. And you can kind of tell because they're struggling in their own zone. Well, just with getting it out. But they are absolutely attacking the puck. They're 2-on-3. Made a couple picks. Took the 4.5. Under 4.5. Of course, you made... Oh, it's like, at this point, you just got to tell me what the line is. St. Louis just scored. Sorry, guys. That's on me. I was totally... I was not ready for that to be anything. Oh, wait, we're having a conversation. We'll see what happens. But these two teams like to hurt each other. Yeah, they do. They like to go at it. Under 4.5. Like I said, it's funny. All you got to do is tell me the line. I know what you picked. Getting a look at an interference. It absolutely looks like it. Got to see it from a different angle because these angles are way too late. I can't tell if Sandberg pushed him into him. Here we go. No, that's a good goal. No. Dude, no. You're not distracting me. Don't apologize for that, bro. I'd prefer I'd prefer the conversation. I apologize on being late on the goal. You don't have to apologize about anything. The whole point that I appreciate you being here is that you're having conversation with me. So don't ever worry about that, brother. But there is absolutely no way this is goaltender interference because he got pushed into him. And it's like clearly he gets pushed into him. I mean, Hellebuck never had a chance at it ever because he got hit. But he got hit because Sandberg put Buchnevich into Hellebuck. So there's no way this gets taken off the board. All right. Scoring for the St. Louis Blues, Philip Broberg. Assisted by Thomas and Snugerud. Oh, I keep doing that. Yeah. No kidding, right? Now, this is, I'm going to admit, 4.5 is a risky pick in a series that's, let's see, 8. Yeah, that's risky for a game that's like, or for a series that averages 6.5 goals a game. So I gotta think that'll hit if it hits, but I mean, shit, just in St. Louis, the average what, 7.5? That I know, like when the Stanley Cup commercials start playing, I don't even care what teams are being shown. I just get pumped. I know we're watching the playoffs right now, but dude, I could just like go to the gym and if I had a screen right above me where I could just watch those commercials where they're just showing highlight after highlight after highlight and it builds and here's the cup and here's the team and here's a hit, here's a goal, here's a hit, here's a save. Like, dude, it's just, let's go. I love it. It's 3, almost 4, so it's, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely has to be decent if it hits, because like I said, in the series they're averaging like 6.8 ish, and in St. Louis they're averaging 7.5. So it's almost surprising that there is a 4.5. I was not leaving that gym. Nah, dude. I will say, if you ever get like kind of stale and bored with your gym playlist, if you're like an avid gym goer, dude, get all you gotta do is hop on YouTube and search movie scores. And there are playlists with like 200, 300 movie scores from like Robin Hood and Pirates and like Game of Thrones stuff and just and not like theme music, not like the it's not like Disney songs. It's true scores, the Batman theme from Dark Knight and the original one, and think it's dude. Especially if it's one that starts slow and builds, it like you just get it amps me up so much, dude. You start, especially because you start hearing it over and over and timing things right. Oh, we got to delay a game on Winnipeg, huh? I can't tell. These angles suck. Going lots by myself. I was too skinny, but it kind of fell off. Need to stop selling myself short. Yeah, going all the time. I don't know why. Because it's once you break a routine, it's easy to it's easy to just give it away. Like my niece coming in threw off my routine, so I've been slacking like a motherfucker lately. It's like it kind of works out because I got sick, I got some injuries that are healing, and so it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, it's like just gotta like okay, go for a walk today. Stop by on your way home from work on this day, or if you go to school, stop by. Just pick one day to go, and eventually you kind of just start kicking your own ass. It's okay to shame yourself. That is how good things happen. Tanev just made a nice steal in the neutral zone to dump it down. Just didn't have. Oh, I already forgot St. Louis was on a power play. It didn't look like a power play. Blues into the zone. High point. All the way down. Top of the high circle. Shot. And Hellebuck makes the save. Yeah, I just should be moving to go all the time. Don't have the same drive. Yeah. I don't force would count. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, dude. If you only did the things that you wanted to do. I don't want to get graphic, but we all know what most dudes would do. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing is you do the stuff that you don't want to do. And if it sucks, that's even better. Because the more time you spend doing stuff that sucks when you don't want to do it, it becomes a lot easier to do the things you have to do that suck and you don't want to do. Like if you willingly go suffer for a little bit when you don't want to, when you're forced to, everything's a lot easier. Shed down low in the corner. Gets a little bit of help. Gets it up to the point. Looking back to the top of the circle. Down low. Oh, he lost it. Lowry can't get it all the way out. St. Louis keeps it in on the high wall. Lowry putting on pressure. It gets through. Shot from the point. Goes wide. Hellebuck just shoved the shit out of somebody. That was Sundqvist. The weight's running, so I go to the gym. I force my run first, get shitty thing out of the way. Yeah, there you go. It's like, as long as you're not tiring yourself out. Because you also don't want to give yourself a reason to not lift. You know what I mean? Or to cut your lifting short. Puck back in, but back to Bennington. He settles it, kicks it up all the way out. Tarasenko just got boarded, and there's no call. Or, sorry, Toropchenko. Not Tarasenko, Toropchenko. I can't believe that didn't get called a boarding right there. Puck back to Hellebuck. Kicks it to the low wall, but misses his man. Battling down low. Oh, good stick. That was Morrissey doing work. You see that number 44 making a lot of plays. He stands up, dude, down low. Who was that? That was Joseph for St. Louis. Just got his ass kicked in the crease. Bulk in or cut in. I'm just Austin Moore working for mental. That's my mind. I thought 88. Yo, yeah, no, that's absolutely the best part about it. And that's the thing, man. Like, oh, that was a cross check. I'll say no boarding, but that was definitely a cross check. But yeah, like I said, it's anybody. It's one thing about. I don't want to say it. Again, if it's, the biggest thing is before you go back to the gym, start as well, just do it from my mind. Then, and like, here's the thing. You can do a really good workout with no weights at home and the ground's free. So you can find places to run, you know what I mean? So you can get your ass back to it and start like, that was kind of how I started again, was just doing push-ups and like dips on my dresser, and I got a couple weights, so I would lift a little bit And when it got to be where I'm like, man, this is too easy. I want more. That's when I went to the gym. And that way, now I can just go crazy at the gym. There's all the weight I want to move in the world. And, like, for anybody, like, that's my thing. If you're trying to get back into it, do the shit around your house. You know what I mean? When a commercial comes up, stand up and do a couple of squats. Next commercial, do some push-ups. Next commercial, do some jumping jacks. Like, that's what I used to do. That's the thing. I can't remember if it was Herschel Walker or it was somebody like that. Was an animal, because during commercials, he would do push-ups and sit-ups. You know what I mean? Okay, that looked like a little bit of interference. Neighbors should be going to the box. He just slashed old boy. Time for somebody to see him do 20. Hey, there you go. I want to see it from the other angle because it looked like Barron, as dude came up to push him, it looked like Barron snuck his elbow in and pinched the stick and leaned forward and actually dragged down neighbor's stick. So yeah, I'd like to see that one again because I almost don't believe what I just saw. It's funny. I went and I unlisted all the videos or privated all the videos, but that's how I actually started this channel. Is I would just hop on here on Twitch, and then I started like doing Twitch and YouTube, and then I just started coming over here. But I'll just sit and talk about shit. Like we would just scroll through X talking about shit, and then do a bunch, 100 push-ups, 100 squats. All right, have a nice day. I ended up losing like 40 pounds doing that. And then would just go for a walk twice a day. I'm actually looking forward to the next couple of weeks because it's going to be, it's right in that perfect time where it's getting warm out, but it's not hot. Love that type of shit. Yeah, that's funny, bro. It's good as well, but YouTube chat is fine. But yeah, no, I agree with you on that, bro. Love that type of shit. Yeah. I'm looking forward to really going nuts. Like really, really going at it. Because I did for a while. Doing really good. And then my wrist started, whatever's going on with it, it started hurting to the point where my bench, like I can barely put 95 pounds on my hand. And so, like, I'm trying to do, whether it's dumbbell press or I'm trying to do bench, I can't add any weight. So I'm sitting there just repping it out forever, which is fine, but it sucks. And so I've given it time to heal. It's time to get back and see if we can start going again. And I'm really looking forward to it. I love the gym. I really do. Big shot from the high point to start the Winnipeg power play. Puck comes down the low boards into the low corner all the way around. St. Louis gets it and they clear. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. It's just everybody should do it. I like the people at the gym I go to. Make sure you take it easy for sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's gonna be real like 60% max load for the next probably 2 or 3 weeks. And then I can start adding weight and being a little more aggressive. Puck across the red into the zone. Winnipeg controlling. Down low into the corner. All the way up to the high point. Morrissey gets it down low. Back up to Morrissey on the point. Back to the low boards. Back to Morrissey. High dot. And a stop, Bennington. He doesn't cover the puck. And St. Louis gets it clear. Iafallo gets it down low. Big hit, but the man who makes it goes down. And Mesnikov definitely lost on that contact. 8 minutes to go in the first. 23 seconds to go on the Winnipeg power play. Iafallo gets into the zone. Under pressure. St. Louis doing a really good job to shut this Jets power play down. High point. Shooting doesn't get through Iafallo in the middle of the dots. And we are full strength with 7.5 to go. Pionk putting a body on a man. Why is that a penalty? It wasn't a penalty. Okay. Everybody was screaming. Oh, man. The whole arena was screaming for a power play. So, or for a penalty for Pionk on Neighbors right there. But Neighbors had the puck. Set up. Oh yeah, no, you're good, bro. Like I said, I always just appreciate that you're around, man. Everybody that pops in. Have fun talking to you guys. But sit out in the sun, dude. It's like 85, and I feel like I'm on fire today. Oh, never mind. It was 90 today. But, dude, it's 92 today. It'll be 70 on Sunday and 67 on Monday. And then 5 days later, it goes up to 98. So it's going to be, it's warm. It's going to be warm tomorrow. And then it's going to be cold for a couple days, and then it's going to get hot as hell. Oh, not really. It's going to get warm. Not quite getting hot as hell. That's to come, man. The 117, 118 degree days. So you got to enjoy the sun while you can. All right, St. Louis trying to send it down low. Yep, that was... Who is that? Because Sundquist just cross-checked the shit out of him. Sandberg. No, the feed. What's happening? Hellebuck got shoved way out of the net. So the score stays low. Watch them score rise and bring it up right. All right, so I got 6 minutes to go in the period. Shots are 4-2 St. Louis. St. Louis attacking in the Winnipeg zone. A pretty big hit right there. I don't know if that was a trip or a straight-up dump. St. Louis, top of the point. He loses the puck, trying to do too much. Great defensive play to grab the blade of the stick on Velarde. Instead of, that was no penalty. That was just very strong pressure on the blade of his stick that ripped him down. St. Louis around the boards. Low boards, trying to go all the way across, and a good stick by Winnipeg to take it back, but Blues causing disruption. Perfetti trying to get deep. St. Louis going back the other way, but Winnipeg keeps it in. What is going on right now? Puck on the low boards in the St. Louis zone. Blues barely get it out. It's finally to the red line at least. Perfetti trying to battle. Who's he battling with? I can't see. Pionk has it down in the low corner. A lot of pressure from both sides. These guys, St. Louis was getting aggressive on the puck. They've slowed that down just a hair, but both sides being real physical already. Oh, Hellenbuck almost causes a big problem. He went to play the puck. It bounced off his stick straight out into the middle of the ice while he was on the side of the net. That could have been very ugly. Puck back down the low boards. Winnipeg keeps it out. Pretty good hit right there. Who was that? Toropchenko dropping bodies. Yeah, Suter. Oh, it's a Winnipeg delayed. Wait, what? No, it's a St. Louis. The colors are the same. Why do they? Anyway. Puck all the way down. Pionk's going to touch it, and he's going to pay a price. And now we are going to get a little bit of a get-together because Pionk just got blasted late. See control of the game. Let's go, boys, right? But, dude, that was late. All right, so yeah, kind of didn't think they would actually do it, but fair enough if they would have called a penalty on St. Louis there as well. But Winnipeg power play. Let's see who went to the box. The playoffs not up, or the play-by-play is not updated yet. There it is. Nino Niederreiter. 2 minutes. Minor for interference. I mean, I wish the NHL app had a little bit more information without having to go like load a web page or do whatever it does. Like when you click on a name, it has to load up NHL.com. I wish it didn't have to do that to get a lot more stats, just so I could do a lot more comparing. And I mean like season stats, career stats. It's a lot of information. So it's like, of course, they put it on the website instead of the app. But I like the compare and contrast. And like I like NHL regular season. Like it'd be sweet to have a what am I thinking? Like not only just to be able to compare different players, but like I want to look at Jack Eichel's career between like the difference in his career between Buffalo and Vegas. I don't want to have to, it'd be cool to be able to do that from the phone. Or have the goalies that are playing tonight side by side. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm rambling. They're back and playing. St. Louis across the red line, tipping it in. Winnipeg sends it right back. 0 for 1 on the power play with one shot for St. Louis. The shots are incredibly low. 5-2 St. Louis with just over 3 minutes to go in the first. St. Louis gets into the Jet zone. Blues circling around. They get it to the high point. Send it down along the high wall. Looking. Back to the point. It hits a stick and goes out. Fowler could not keep it in at the blue line. Tanev pressuring him all the way back into the Blues zone. Blues make it back into Jets territory, taking it down low around the net on the low wall. Buchnevich kicks it down to the baseline, back to him, back to the point. Circle. Buchnevich on the dot. He kicks it forward. There's no way the Jets stop this puck from going in. There's no way. With 47 seconds left on the power play, it's absolute chaos. 2:22 to go in the first. There's no way that puck didn't go in. Oh, that puck did. Hellebuck elevate the puck. Got a blocker on it, and then the stick comes in from, who was that? Makes a great save with his leg, makes a great save with his stick. Still ends up going through, and Pionk ends up getting it back to Hellebuyck. What a save. I am very, very surprised that did not go in, and I am very impressed. Good job by his defenseman getting in there to help him out, but really good job by Connor Hellebuyck. Face off to the left of the goalie in the Winnipeg zone. 47 to go on the power play. Little battle in the circle. Blues finally get it to the low point. High point. Back down to the blue line. Shot. And it's kicked off Hellebuyck into the high corner. Just playing with the puck down in that corner. Comes around to the low wall. St. Louis kicks it back to the point. Little bit of disruption. And they get it out. Blues get it out. Winnipeg get it out. Iafallo takes it down to the St. Louis blue line, and we are left with 8 seconds to go on this power play. Very good job on the penalty kill and the goalie. Granted, it was only a very good job because Hellebuyck kind of got a little lucky. He was not in the best position. He ends up on his ass. But, dude, shout out to Pionk and Sandberg for coming back and helping their goalie. Because without them, it's 2-0. But Hellebuyck did make 2 great saves in the process as well. Even, like I said, even though he ended up out of position, he made a couple of great saves. Oh, puck didn't come out of the Winnipeg zone. St. Louis shot from the high dot. Stopped by Hellebuyck, and dude went down hard after taking that shot. It was that. That was Fowler getting wrecked. We're back to full strength. Jets in the Blues zone. Minute to go in the first period. Puck up to the high point. Low point. Looking. Stanley shot goes wide. Battle in the low corner of the Blues zone. Stanley gets it at the point. Here we go. Back to Stanley. He throws it all the way down low, and it misses everybody. Going back the other way now. Hold up. Who was that? That Kyle Connor. Shame. A lot of opportunity there that didn't connect. Winnipeg trying to steam across into the St. Louis zone. They do. Into the corner. Yeah, he kind of just got punked, bro. Who was that? St. Louis headed right back the other way. Falk just got punked, and I don't know who that was that just got blown up. Oh. Oh, there goes missing tripping call or missed tripping call. Or was it after the buzzer? So hell with it. Absolutely a trip, though. But alrighty. I'll tell you what, we'll sit here and fish for this one. Might sneak out and grab a snag at some point, but so far, man, both sides actually look pretty good. Little bit of a miracle save by Hellebuck and his defense helping him out. I really have no opinion at this point. I'm rather surprised to see it only one goal in the first. But it's kind of exactly what I expected. The guys are doing a little more going at each other off the ice than on the ice. What it is. Or sorry. Between the whistles. Like after the whistle, we're getting a lot of group ups. We're getting a little bit extra bullshit when there's no need for it. But I'd expect nothing less from these two teams. And as the second period gets going, we're gonna start seeing some. We're gonna start seeing some shit. I have that feeling. Not just great hits, but also guys just going at each other's throats. So, yeah, shots are 8-2 St. Louis. I don't know what it is about Winnipeg going to that arena, but they are just struggling. I mean, vice versa too. St. Louis is having trouble scoring in Winnipeg. But I don't know, man. It's just home team has the advantage, and right now they absolutely do. That under may be a little bit safer than I originally thought, just after seeing how both sides are playing right now. But, I mean, St. Louis could easily take this game to 5-1. 5-0. I don't know what it is. They are all over the puck. And you can tell they are because Winnipeg has 2 shots. You know what I mean? 2 penalties apiece? No power plays? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Nope. Winnipeg only has 1. So we got 3 power plays, no power play goals. Interesting. I wish. Oh, you know what? I might actually be able to see the team stats now that I think about it. Give me a second here. Yeah. There. Damn. Winnipeg is 14.3% on the power play. Damn. The Blues are 31.6, so I was not expecting that big of a discrepancy. This is kind of more what I was expecting. Was like Dallas is 26.3, Colorado's 15.8. That's more what I was expecting. And forgot to put that up. Like I said, I'm trying to work in some predictions, and all I can really come to is both teams are playing well enough. Couple mistakes from each side, but home team wins in this series. You know what I mean? That's how it is. St. Louis has 58.8% of the power plays. Hits are even. Blues have 10 giveaways, and they've only given up 2 shots. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Fear and Loathing. I'm feeling way better, dude. Like, I logged off. I had a peanut butter sandwich, took a couple NyQuil, and I laid in bed. And, yeah, I slept very, very well. Woke up feeling way better. I appreciate you asking, brother. But it was like, got to go to sleep happy knowing that the Knights moved on. Knowing I could just relax because there's only one game today. It was like, it was a good day. So yeah, a lot better than the last couple. And we've got a good game going so far. I'm not going to lie. Looking at the other scores, but not being able to watch either game in St. Louis, I was expecting it to be like 3-0 already. But I do see a game 7 on the horizon. Got Colorado, Dallas, game 7. Hopefully, whoever wins that series, I hope I hope these St. Louis wins. It goes to game 7, and then whoever wins between those two and between Colorado, Dallas, I hope they get into a 7-game series. And even though I know we won't do it, I hope we finish Edmonton like 5 or 6. And that way we get a couple extra days of relaxing, and those two teams can beat the shit out of each other. And then whoever we face them in the third round a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more rested. But it's funny. So when I don't really get nervous when it's hockey. Like, I kind of say nervous just to say, like, I don't know if we're going to win this one. It's just kind of easier. But Edmonton, I get nervous. Dallas, I get nervous because guys get hurt in those games. Like, Edmonton, especially. A lot of, like, it's dirty shit. And so I actually get nervous playing Edmonton because I'm like, all right, which one of our guys are they going to put out? Which one of our guys are they going to try to put out? Because it'll absolutely happen. And when we won the cup, we had really good. Well, after Edmonton, we had really good discipline. Against Edmonton, no, we didn't. But like I was saying earlier, Vander Kane, after the buzzer sounded to end the period, cross-checked Alex Pietrangelo in the face and didn't even get a penalty. I don't like that, dude. But looking forward to the series. If nothing else, it should be pretty good. And I'm really hoping for Colorado and Winnipeg. That what we got? 8.5. Chilling. I'm not gonna lie, this is where like a cold beer, a little bit of bourbon would absolutely like just tip this over the edge. Little bit of late night virtual fishing, catching a buzz and watching hockey. Looking at here. Take a look actually at Colorado and Dallas. So it went 2-0. That's right. It went 2-0 Colorado, 2-2. And then 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, and then just absolute domination in the third period by Colorado. I forgot about that. Face-offs were 50-50. Shots on goal, 48-26 Colorado. Only 3 penalties that entire game. Between Colorado and Dallas, there were 3 power plays. "46 hits for Colorado and 19 for Dallas." Now that's a bit of an ass whooping. Man. Makes me nervous as fuck during playoffs. Yeah, some games they're just so off. Yep, look like amateurs playing at times, and everybody loves to hurt the Knights because they hate us. That's the way to say it, Fear and Loathing. Yeah, like I get nervous as shit because the exact same reason, and it's like, well, I get nervous as shit that the guys are gonna get hurt, and so that's why I get nervous against Edmonton. We trying to think of what I was just about to say. As far as us looking like trash so many nights, I have not been able to figure it out. Like the last 2 games, we looked a lot better, but we're still not the Golden Knights. Like, I don't know. Other than going back, like trying to cycle through my head and looking through certain playoff games over the last, 7 years, 8 years? I guess 18 to 15, so 7 years. Besides going back, looking at certain playoff games and going like that, that's what I'm talking about. Like the Knights are a certain way. Think they're tired, honestly. It's like I do too. But at the same time, the way that they've been able to turn it on at certain moments late, it's like, man, a lot of those games, I almost feel like their intention is to not tire themselves out. And a lot of times you just kind of see it. Like, I never hate on the guys for being tired. All my complaints against the Golden Knights have to do with the mentality. And it's the, showing up ready to play when that first puck drop happens. Playing all the way through for 60 minutes as much as you got. Not loafing to the bench, not hanging our heads when we miss a shot. Like, it's just go, 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 plus hitting. We don't hit anywhere near like we used to. And I miss it so much. And I thought Barbie was the guy. And this year, I mean, he's probably hurt. He's probably a million things going on with him. I get it. But he's not the bowling ball he's been for the last couple of years. And, we need to get that back. I can't tell you the last time I saw a Braden McNabb hip check at the blue line. You know what I mean? So, there are certain things that we just don't do the way we used to. And I want to get back to that. And then it's on top of that, a lot of times we do look tired. And we're typically, the thing is, we're typically the team that doesn't get tired. Damn it. All right, come here, fucker. I need to hurry up and catch this fucking fish, dude. You know what? Fuck it. That's not the way to do it. Okay. I just destroyed my reel. Come on, hurry up and let me get this fish. The game's almost back. Running that fucking reel. Come on, you fucking fish. Come here, fucker. It's getting further away. Ha, I got you, fucker. That's not bad. I gotta check. I gotta check. Oh, I should be on this somewhere. Is it gonna be in the unique category? Hang on. No. Alright. Anywho, let's get back to the game. My bad. That fish was being a bit of a bastard. Make sure I actually get out of there before I show the game again. Unfortunately, I've done that one or two too many times. Nope. That feed's not working. We'll try this feed out. Dude, the coaches are talking mad shit. Alrighty, let's see it. St. Louis dumping it across the red line and deep. Hellebuck back to play it. Pionk trying to get it around the low board. St. Louis sending it on net. Puck goes back. I don't know if that actually hit Hellebuck or if it hit somebody and went over. Sleep, that's it. You know, barbecue's fine. Hell yeah, buddy. Some good food, some nice warm sun. Hell yeah, bro. And Winnipeg scores. I couldn't tell who was that. That's Barron. Great stretch pass. It looked and who's that? Fowler? Falk. Falk caught the puck just on the other side of the St. Louis blue line and tried to go back into neutral, and he put it right on Barron's stick. Oh, we're 1-1. Shots are 9-3 St. Louis, 30 seconds. Into the period. Oh, wait. It looks like they're going to review it for an offsides. Offsides by 3 feet. I am not the one that played with you, bro. They did. That was offsides by 3 feet. I mean, sorry, Appleton's across by a foot while the puck is still 2.5 feet behind. That was offsides by so much. How do these? I know it's better. I mean, it is better for sure. They're arguing about where the face-off is going. Oh, I guess there was a delayed penalty, so Winnipeg's going into the onto the power play. Falk definitely hooked Barron. Still scored, but like you said, that was definitely after. Okay. Big shot misses. Winnipeg controlling on their power play. Back to the point. High wall. Back to the point. Morrissey misses wide. Connor down to the low baseline. Back to Connor up at the low point. Back to the baseline. Morrissey back down. Back to Morrissey. Top of the high dot. Niederreiter sends it up front. And oh my God, Bennington saved that. I can't believe what we just saw. Morrissey trying to put it down low. Perfetti gets it back to Connor. Morrissey. Bennington has no stick. Now he does. Niederreiter. They didn't put a shot on goal while he didn't have a stick. Fights off another one with the pad. Connor in the low circle goes to Morrissey at the point. All the way up top. Back to Morrissey. Back to Connor on the dot. That gets blocked out high. Jets still have it. Morrissey down to Connor. Tries to go back down the board and it's knocked away. 30 seconds to go on the Winnipeg power play. I can't believe that Bennington just stopped what we just saw. St. Louis has it in their own zone. We're back to we're back to even strength. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the exact same goalie matchup as USA Canada? You are not wrong. Gets it across. Oh, that's 100% on Connor. I mean, granted, great pressure. Who is that? Faxa did a great job to put pressure on Connor to not let him, or it basically cost him to yank the backhand, so it went into Bennington's pad. Ten has always been crazy with those. Oh yeah, but that one was an incredible pad save, but it was a lot of help thanks to Faxa. Like I said, put pressure on Connor as he went for the backhand. So Connor didn't have time or he wasn't really able to aim it or elevate it or do what he needed to do to get it in the net. So great job, Bennington. Very good job by the defense out in front of him. Puck's frozen on the wall behind the St. Louis net. It's loose. Blues have it. Laurie delivers a hit on Parayko. Blues get it into the Jet zone. Not for long as the Jets race back the other way. Circling around, trying to one-hand it towards the net. Great play, but doesn't get it in. A trip right there. Lowry just went down. A tip ends up hitting a Blues body. That should have been a hand pass. Why was that not a hand pass? Jets get back into the zone. Bennington disrupts the pass around the net. Got a battle in the low corner. Up the low boards. Just over 4 minutes gone in the second period. Shots are 10-3. St. Louis. Big shot swung out wide by Neighbors. Dude, he came out of nowhere right up the gut. And another great play by St. Louis to get it back into the zone, but Shen not able to hang on to it. Shen trying to get out for Winnipeg. He gets it all the way up into the St. Louis zone. Jets there first. Parayko plays it back. Fowler able to break away from the wall. The Blues storming in. Getting it down low. Pionk's the only one there. Avoids the contact. And it heads back the other way. Dude, it is just a wall battle all over the place. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, dude just got taken down in the back. I'm thinking Sandberg just got taken down way behind the play. I don't know what happened. We're going to see it, but I'm pretty sure St. Louis is going to the box again. Barron is just, he has been great this series, man. He really has. Yeah, perfect. He caught it and he chucked it. So you could, I mean, closing your hand on the puck or a hand pass, either way. That really didn't look like that. I don't know. That looked a little embellishy. I'd like to see it in full speed. Like I said, I'd really like to see this in full speed. It definitely looked like he purposely went over and tried to nut him. Here we go. Oh, yeah. No. Bye-bye. I don't know why he's... Okay, that's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see the full thing. And that wasn't even in full speed. But, I mean... I don't know what else you call it. He went right up under the pad on the rib and just... Bop! How is that a minor penalty for slashing? How? In what way do you call that a slashing? I'd rather it be an unsportsmanlike conduct or roughing or something. But to call that a slash blows my mind. Jets with the face-off. Morrissey looking down to Connor. Down to the baseline across, and they can't get it across again. They squeeze it in, and they do! Winnipeg scores! Perfetti coming through and stuffing that corner. Dude, I swear, he looks different with facial hair, but he looks like the son from The Sopranos. I mean, great by Connor and Perfetti. Yep, that's Bennington. As the pass got deflected, Bennington moved across the ice to get the angle on Niederreiter. And, or sorry, not Niederreiter, Ehlers. I keep calling Ehlers Okay, that's on me. But Ehlers. And Bennington just couldn't stop and get back across in time. Ended up, oh, actually, he kind of did. But puck bounced in the air, and that was just Niederreiter and Ehlers just. Wait, who was that? Niederreiter and Appleton just blasted each other. All right, icing on that one. Face off in the Jet zone. With a glove in his face. Scoring for the Winnipeg Jets, Cole Perfetti. Assisted by Connor and Morrissey. We only go nuts for the Knights. Coming back to my team scoring. There you go. That was just a great job by Perfetti and a misplay by Bennington, which he has to do. You know what I mean? Because if he's any slower getting across with Eller standing right there, then he's in trouble. So he makes the move across, and the puck gets stopped. And Perfetti did a great job reacting to that, attacking the net, getting his stick on the puck, and when it popped in the air, he fought for that. Swatted it with a glove in his face. Damn, those fries actually look good. I will say, like, I'm a sucker for potatoes. I love tater tots and I love French fries. Not to mention baked potato, mashed potato. Like, I love potatoes, but I really get, like, every now and then I get this crazy hankering for tater tots and French fries. And just a Wendy's commercial went on, so that just triggered this. At Costco, they started doing Kirkland French fries. Oh, wait, Canada's Wonderland. That's where they got, is that where they got Levi? No, that's Six Flags. Never mind. But, that's where, fuck, I just lost my train of thought because I saw roller coasters. My bad. Roller coasters trump food. Oh, that's right. The fries, the Kirkland fries from Costco. Get them. They're really good. Any freaking way. Sorry. My brain is a mess. How's the game going, Tim? It's going great, Demi. So far, St. Louis scored, and then Winnipeg scored, but had it taken back because of an offsides that I can't believe the officials missed it. It's unreal the line judge missed it. But then Winnipeg got a power play because dude went skating up to who was it? Hang on. Dude went skating up to Sandberg and just rib checked him with the tip of the blade of the stick. And they called it a slashing after review. But it gave Winnipeg a power play, and they ended up scoring on it. So now we're back to 1-1. It's been a good game, man. Ooh, Perfetti gets shoved down, but he did good job to get down deep. Everybody going for a change kind of threw it off, though. Ooh, good stop. Oh, and at the same time, they missed one of the most obvious hand passes I've ever seen in my life. Jets across the blue line into the zone, tipped up front, and a good stop, Bennington, as Morrissey gets it on target. Set up by Nemesnikov. Wait, it goes back the other way. Hellebuck gets a big save on Buchnevich as he gets a tip on goal. That was nuts, dude. That was down one way. Pass up ahead. Great tip. Great save. Go back the other way. Pass up ahead. Great tip. Great save. Connor Hellebuck almost fell his ass right into his own goal while holding the puck. That ain't going to be too fun. How many faceoffs have we had so far in this game? 24. That's a lot more than I thought we've had. Because we just had a really good series that went on for a while without a stoppage. Ooh, big hit at the red line. St. Louis down on the low wall in the Jet zone. Across the point, shot goes weak. Pionk tries to get it up. St. Louis keeps it in. And Iafallo gets it out. But Blues, not seeing that. Oh, why did he go back? That was a great defensive play, followed up by a very curious offensive decision by Toninato. Shen kicks it across to the point, shot, and it is a save by Bennington. 11:26 to go in the second. Shots at 12-10, St. Louis. And we are tied. Inching our way to halfway through the game as we hit a commercial break. Maybe not. All right, we're not. Face off to the right of Bennington as Barron gets kicked out. Niederreiter steps in. Puck all the way down. Low wall. Good stick. Loosens the puck, but St. Louis is going to go the other way. Into the Jet zone. Big shot fought off by Hellebuck. From the point to the top of the crease. Niederreiter makes a pretty good play. Pretty good read on that stick right there, but Blues get it out all the way up. Oh, Blues can't find it. There we go. He kind of lost it in his own feet, but finally back the other way as the Hellebuck slows it down. Jets get in. Behind the net, Morrissey skating it out. And he's going to hang on to it for a minute. Appleton dumps it deep towards Bennington. He'll settle it, and the Blues are going to head back the other way. Through neutral. Into the zone. Chucking it down deep to Chase. Shen for Winnipeg. Sends it all the way up. Ehlers looking. Shoots. Rebound. Two great saves by Bennington. Not gonna lie, that was a good one to go for the pass, but he decided to take the shot, and Bennington saves the day twice. Jets need to hurry. They have numbers, but they're not quite fast enough. And we've got an offsides on Winnipeg as everybody's crashing four wide. Nah, he had the shot. The shot was the right choice. So, two great attempts by Ehlers. Wide open, charging in on Bennington, and Bennington makes the saves. Whew. Been some fantastic goaltending so far, especially out of the boys in blue. Bennington has looked fantastic. Gotta give it up for the guy. Oh, who though? Oh shit. All right. Well, unfortunately I'm so far. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so far behind. At least I feel like I am. You don't know who, but you know it's coming, huh? All right. Well, if you had to guess, who you calling? I'm thinking Neighbors is gonna score on Hellebuck. I don't know if I will, but I'm planning on having a bottle of either some whiskey or some bourbon or something, maybe some beers for the Stanley Cup Finals. No matter who makes it, when we get there, we will be enjoying a couple cheers and a couple of drinks for each goal. Usually I do the start of the game and then the start of each period and then every goal. I don't know why I just mentioned that, but I just thought of it, so I figured I would. Puck down low behind Hellebuck. Ehlers. Okay. St. Louis headed back the other way across the red line. All the way around. Pionk to play it. But Schneevish fighting with them. Ends up going down. All right. Winnipeg headed back the other way. Ooh, kind of whiffs as he dumps in, but he gets there. Battle up for it. St. Louis out of their zone. Dude, both teams are entering and attacking extremely well. Like, this has actually been extremely good hockey. And I don't mean that to be in a surprised way, but compared to a lot of the other games, this is in like a technical way. All the way around. Morrissey from behind his own net breaking out. He tosses it up ahead. St. Louis settles it and goes the other way. Charging in around the back of Hellebuck. Makes a great cut. He tries to get it out front and he does. St. Louis scores. Go ahead goal at 8:26 to go in the second. And that's Walker for St. Louis. Just great job right here. And works it out front. That was a very, very good play by Broberg. Just halt, gets completely set. I mean, he broke. Who's that, DeMello? He broke DeMello's ankle so hard. Jeez, I was wrong. Yeah, me too, unfortunately. I thought Winnipeg was getting it. But that was just such a good move. DeMello skated another 10 feet. St. Louis back the other way. Oh, hang on. Scoring for the St. Louis Blues, Nathan Walker. Assisted by Broberg and Falk. Bennington sends it behind. And up and out of play. You got a one-on-one big shot, and he scores! Oh! Shen for Winnipeg gets one-on-one with the defenseman and not only kicks his ass, but beats Connor Hellebuck. I wanted to call him Colin and Connor, so it was Colner. Great pass to get it to Shen. And then Pionk just kind of in the way. Hellebuck saw it, but he didn't see much of the release. So fast. Yeah, right, Demi? I'm saying, bro. Yeah, they're calling it 53 seconds. And St. Louis is right back into the Winnipeg zone. Scoring for the St. Louis Blues. Braden Shen. Assisted by Neighbors and Suter. And Hellebuck makes a good save there. Barely gets back in time for the wraparound. The Winnipeg defense that played so well in the first period just vanished. And now we got 7:15 to go in the second. And, dude, Winnipeg is in big, big trouble. Puck comes around. Winnipeg heading out. Dumping it in from the red line. Low corner. Sent around. Connor going down and throwing a hit, but the puck is coming out. Neighbors gets it up ahead. Shen gets it further up ahead. Morrissey recovers for Winnipeg. DeMello sends it all the way out and across. Back across. Connor on the low wall. Sends it to the top of the high circle. A shot goes wide. Torchenko gets it back the other way. Gets down to the boards fast, and St. Louis gets another shot. Might have a missed high stick right there on Winnipeg. And Blues score again! Shot from the point beats Hellebuck. And this game, in my humble opinion, is over. I'm saying the home team wins. I was very surprised it wasn't 3-0 in the first period. Fowler from the point. I'm saying, Demi, Hellebuck just never saw it. That's all it is. He just never saw the puck. Too much traffic in front. Winnipeg doing a terrible job. Like I said, the defense that played so well in the first period has vanished. Unbelievable. Scoring for the St. Louis Blues. Cam Fowler. Assisted by Parayko and Torchenko. Like, I mean, if history teaches us anything, that means Winnipeg wins it at home. Barron pitching it across, good sticks, and then that was a big cross-check to the back of Niederreiter with no call. I do not understand the refs not blowing the whistle on that. Puck all the way down. Morrissey's going to get there first. He takes a hit by Bullock? Balsack? What is his name? Bullock. We have a whistle. Why do we have a whistle? Penalty on Morrissey. It looks like. But how is there not a tripping call down low? All right, we're going to a TV timeout. Or not a tripping, the cross check. I don't understand how that cross check to Niederreiter doesn't get called. I mean, I do understand how it doesn't. It's because the refs are dog shit in the NHL. But I seriously, like, I don't understand how that doesn't get called. These guys just get worse and worse by the day, man. Dude, all the reviews for Thunderbolts have come out, and it's exactly what I expected that movie to be. It's not even a disappointment because everybody was expecting it to be trash. Let's see real quick. Anything going on since we have a break? Yeah, okay, that's just funny. I won't say who was photoshopped wearing this shirt, but well, a guy made a shirt because the thing been going around about could 100 grown men or beat one full-grown gorilla, and a guy made a shirt that says I'm no gorilla, but I could beat off 100 men. That one's pretty good. All right. We are back. St. Louis power play. That's on me. I was too busy looking at stupid shit on the internet. I didn't see what the penalty was. 5 minutes to go. St. Louis headed back the other way. Like I said, Demi, that's a good one, bro. That one had me rolling too. St. Louis controlling in the Winnipeg zone. Shot! And it stopped out in front of Hellenbuck. I don't know why I'm not full screen on this. That makes it way easier to see. St. Louis out in front, but Winnipeg ends up with it. Fighting it off to the wall, and they get it cleared all the way down. 1:10 to go in the power play. 4:20, blaze it, to go in the second period. Cross the red line. Yep, I was going to say that was offsides, and it absolutely was. 58 seconds to go on the power play with 4:12 in the second. Shots are 20-11. St. Louis. Dude. Oh, my God. This is exactly how I thought this game would go, just not exactly when I thought this game would do it. But here we are. Puck dumped deep. Headed back the other way. Kicking it back. Shen leaves it back again. Blues in. Good little give and go. Throwing it back to the point. Midpoint. Top of the high circle. Shen hits his own guy. Puck to the high wall. Point. Looking. Shot. Hits a body out front. The hockey gods told basically, so okay, here's what happened. The hockey gods got together. I don't know if you've seen, movies where the gods get together and they're kind of getting drunk and being dickish. And they said, you know that dude for Jesus? Yeah, fuck that dude. And suddenly St. Louis scored 3 more goals. As far as I can determine, that's... So about that. Do yourself a favor real quick, buddy. Cover your eyes. Oh, I forgot. That's the hotkey for the claps. Shit. Didn't mean for that to happen quite like that, to be honest with you. Shen for Winnipeg has it. Sends it past Amelo. There's nobody there. Dude, Hellebuck has to be pissed right now. That's Toropchenko just burying one. Yeah. There's nothing like claps and cheers to celebrate your disappointment. That's on me. Scoring for the St. Louis Blues, Alexei Toropchenko, assisted by Faxa. Yeah, see, like I said, I didn't expect it to happen all in the second period, but I knew that it was going to be 6-1, 6-2 maybe. The talk's off front, but damn, Bennington is definitely the better goalie tonight. That's for sure. Well, Bennington also has the better team out in front of him tonight. You caught the over 5.5 goals at 1-1. Nice. Dude, those live bets, bro, they work out. Yeah, dude, like I said, the defense was with Hellebuck the entire first period, and then they disappeared in the second. And now, granted, Hellebuck's definitely responsible for a couple of those that seemed somewhat easy. That last one, there were too many people in front of him. He never saw the release. You know what I mean? Dude, I will say one thing I miss about the section we used to always sit in for Knights games was all the chants and stuff, because we'd always be part of the ref, you suck, and then also be part of the like what they were just doing, yelling Connor. Something, damn, we gotta stop taking unders. You do, bro. Like I said, with Jesus, I understand a couple of the unders, but the average goals scored per game is like 6.8, and the average goals scored in St. Louis is 7.5. Wins. I win $4,000 though. I just bet 60 for them to win. Oh, well, shit. I mean, shit. That'd be a hell of a comeback. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to see you do it. I can't say I have the greatest confidence in that decision, but I'd like to see it. All right, so St. Louis is 0 for 3 on the power play with 5 shots. And now we're at another St. Louis power play. We're still I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref. What's a bigger chance? Yeah, it's a better chance. The ref you suck. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's like people just get too bored because it's longer than ref you suck. You know what I mean? But I'm 100% with you, Races. It's way better. But like I like the Connor. Like you just sit there and call the goalie's first name. But there was always the like, hey. Like you would hear one dude yell it or a couple guys yell. Like say it's Hellebuck. You would say, hey, Hellebuck, you suck. And I don't know why. I love shit like that. I love the fans talking shit. That's the one thing. I will only give soccer the one thing. And it's the soccer fans having chants and cheers, and they got they'll straight call people cunts and gay, and how's the dude doing that you blew last night type of songs. And it's amazing. It's after they score a goal. I gotta admit, I don't know him. Oh, Winnipeg whips. St. Louis gonna keep the puck in. Going up to the point, back down to the low circle. Looking back to the point. Shot. Hellebuck actually makes a stop. Sundqvist just being a dickhead. Dude, Sundqvist was just being an asshole. There's nothing else that happened right there except for he was being a jerk. And that's funny as hell to me. Pass down low, back to the low wall. St. Louis controlling in the Winnipeg zone, but not for long. Such great chance in any sport. Absolutely, Demi. I love them. I like. So we shot, we score, you suck, then goalie name, then it's all your fault. Hey, okay, I can dig it. Like, dude, one of my favorite videos I learned from shot on Hellebuck. He fights it off on the corner. We got 14 seconds to go in the period. Winnipeg gets it out 10. Third goalie in playoff history to give up 4+ goals in 7 straight road games. And the Blues go to intermission, winning 5-1 with 8 seconds on the power play. Your sports fans are better than USA sports fans. It's like, I will argue about that. I'm not going to, but I will argue about that. It's their traditions are a little more established, in my opinion. And so that makes it, it's something they've done forever. And it hasn't quite fully made it over here. Oh, shit, I forgot to start up the timer. That's on me. But, dude, like, one of the best videos ever. I think I found out about it because, like, I'm a big stand-up fan, and I love podcasts. And so, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast with Matt McCusker and Shane Gillis, I think they were talking about it. And it's a video. It's in Mexico. And the goalie is setting up the ball. And the whole crowd's going, oh. And then he kicks it. And they go, oh, puto. Oh, it's so good. The entire arena. Every time the goalie kicks the ball, they do that. And it's simple and it's effective. And I love it. All right. See what's happening real quick. I mean, basically, we're at the point where we know what's happening here, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm noticing Canada's getting better at chance. They got to get better at something. Ooh. I do. I mean, honestly, if you want the best chance, hang around because my sister played. Sorry, I don't need to get that close to the mic. That's on me. My sister played softball almost my entire life, like growing up my entire life. So go hang out at a softball field. Like there were chants that got banned because they were too bitchy. But then again, it's like 15 and 16-year-old girls making up chants for girls on the other team. Bro, I don't care what you say. Like, men are more violent physically, 100%. When it comes to verbal attacks, those bitches were fucking mean. Like, yo. I just... I'm gonna roll up a stogie and sneak out real quick. Since if this was said a comedian, it's Ron White. Oh, big one, especially when we got Ron White. What has always been a favorite. There's a joke. I can't find which special it's on. I haven't been able to find it. Anxious Creative Studio. Oh, what's up, Ray? What you doing? What you up to? Sorry, I know I got excited. I know I don't have to scream in the mic, but I'm just like I'm excited. What you been up to? It's like it's like I'm not a hoe. I'm paid for it. See, if surprised cheerleaders don't have wild cheers. Oh, dude. Okay. And what area code is 213? Los Angeles. So I just got a text from LA saying, come to my house for a barbecue. I used to have the couch that goes with that chair. You might. Like, this is straight up, like, thrift store chair. I've got a. It's like, I'm too big a boy to be sitting in computer chairs anymore. It's funny, like, I gotta admit, I don't know why more people don't do this. Because this thing is 10 times better than any computer chair I've ever had. Way more comfortable. I don't worry about breaking it. Because, like I said, I mean, I'm 6'3", 250. Like, I'm not a little dude. So getting on these chairs, like I'm building these chairs and reading maximum weight 180 pounds. And it's like, all right, fucking, I'm sure, like, it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Thank Game Man 7-2. Prediction I'm out for the night. Have a good one, y'all. Maybe tomorrow pick some FN overs for once. I hope you do, for Jesus. Because Dallas and Colorado is going to be over. It will absolutely be over. Definitely send it to me, Ray. I'm actually going to sneak away for a smoke. But for Jesus, have a good night, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow for Colorado, Dallas. But, yeah, Ray, send that to me. I'm going to sneak away for a smoke real quick, and then I'll talk to you about it when I get back. So, y'all, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty, y'all. We're back to watch the final frame of this absolute travesty. Oh man. Like that was a good goal. The tip that ended up beating his blocker. Oh, but this is away. Dude, that one from Broberg out to what was it, Neighbors? No. Which goal was that? Give me a sec here. Must have been Walker's. Yeah, Walker's shot from the middle off the pass from Oh, you can get more than just the tip. You know that. You just got to ask nicely. What's going on, buddy? How you been? Good to see you here. As I stutter through the word you somehow. All right, 3 seconds to go. 1. Back to full strength as we enter the third period. Shots are 23-11. St. Louis absolutely dominating the Winnipeg Jets. Blues coming out of their zone through neutral. Dump in from the red line. Hellebuck to play it. Oh, no, that's Comrie. Is that Comrie or do they have somebody else back there? He's have a whole ass hip check. Oh, you could have everything, every inch of whatever you want. You know that. I don't call you Mr. Freebie for nothing. Oh, St. Louis is going to win the stick battle in the middle. It goes out of the zone, but under the Blues' control. What was I about to look at? I swear I was about... Oh, that's what I was looking at. Okay, it is Comrie. So pretty much knew Comrie was coming in because 5 goals in 3 minutes or 4 minutes is... Or, sorry, 4 goals in 4 minutes. Busy as fuck, doing many man construction work like you'd only see on dirty jobs. Nice. In a third world country, I mean, if they get a decent wage, that's good. I mean, trying to third world country, good wage. I mean, it kind of balances out. But no, I've been good, man. Been working on getting down to Florida, doing a bunch of different, like, not really schools, but schoolings to go down, start working either. I kind of have a choice right now, but I could end up working at Universal Studios, going over to Epic Universe, or working as a low-level tech or a low-voltage tech for my uncle down in Florida, and he's in New Smyrna Beach. So it's like Orlando, where I get to do a bunch of shit and ride a bunch of coasters and do the thing that they'll work at a theme park, which has kind of always been the thing, or go live a couple blocks from the beach. So I'm saying it's third world country wage, except a decent. Oh, yeah. Country work, except decent wage. Dig it. Yo, what's up, Mercs? Oh, a tip. Bennington stops it and the rebound. Hey, Universal. Yeah, Ray, I'm guessing you've seen a bunch of the videos coming out of Epic Universe. Like, I haven't actually watched the ride. I've stopped myself. All right, Comrie makes a save. He gloves it, and we're going to have a face-off in the Jet zone. Nestikov is... I mean, he is down. He's holding his face. I did not see what happened there. Oh, yeah, some theme parks. Yeah. Exactly, Slim. And that's where it's like, that's where I'm leaning. That's definitely where I'm leaning, especially if I can get into Epic Universe instead of the old parks. That would be hella sick. The new park looks incredible. Oh, that is just unfortunate. His teammate, is that, they say that's Velarde? Yeah, Velarde checks the shit out of Bushnikov and, or Buchnevich, and his head just slammed back into dude's face. That is a wild take your own out. Like, they, in other words, Winnipeg just took their own guy out of the game for a minute. No US. Nah, if Stygian and Wolf's lurking around, maybe, but no. Otherwise, no. For on Discord, okay. Those are not quite the same. They should still go together. Word. Not the outcome I was hoping for. I'll look at that in just a second, right? Not the outcome that I was hoping for. Send the damn round. Will you seriously, Jets? It's that hard to beat Bennington. Or not that hard to beat Bennington. Apparently in St. Louis it is. I mean, the reality is the home team wins every game. Whatever reason that is, maybe it's the ice difference. Maybe there is a comfort zone comfort difference for both teams. I don't know what it is. But in this series, like, I mean, they lost, what was it? Hang on. They lost 7-2 in Seattle and 5-1 in Seattle. Now they're getting their ass kicked again, but the other 3 games they won in Winnipeg, you know? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on, though. Oh, hell yeah. It is. Yeah. Oh, hey, we got a. Oh, here we go. Chaos erupting. I looked away for a minute. Alfred got to get the day off me. Hey, for sure, Slim. I'm hanging out till this game's over. If you happen to make it back, see you then. If not, I'll be here tomorrow. Gonna be doing Dallas and Colorado. Yeah, St. Louis and Winnipeg just going at each other with just over 3 minutes gone in the third period. Now, you kind of expect this coming. Morrissey skating off, and it looks like... Damn, that's really close. That's funny. Dude, he deserved that 100%. And then Morrissey and Falk just decide to start going at it. And Falk's like, dude, we ain't fighting, but chill. And then everybody else comes over to get at everybody. Kyrou gets a pop to the face. All 3 kids stay up late for tomorrow's game. Right on, Mercs. It's tomorrow, Saturday, right? Is today? Yeah. After all that, St. Louis gets a power play. Okay. Nice, Mercs. I bet, man. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. Like I said, I want to have, I have the utmost hope is about as much. I can't quite go to faith, but hope that Colorado will win it. But, I mean, safe money's got to be on Dallas. Coolio, word. But yeah, Ray, have you seen all of the, maybe not all of them, but the videos of like the dragon puppets around the Isle of Burke and the Donkey Kong ride, the roller coaster, and like the Monsters World and the Ministry of Magic? Like, have you seen all the pictures and the videos for that? Because there is some really cool stuff going on down there. All right, offsides on St. Louis. About 20 seconds into the power plays. Seen some? Some? Right on. Yeah, it looks so good. Like a bunch of roller coaster enthusiasts that I like, whose opinions I really appreciate. They've been saying that uh the big roller coaster that they put in there, it's built by a company called Mac, and they have, I gotta think, hundreds of coasters around the world, and he's rented most of them. And he's telling me it's the best product. It's like the best thing they've ever made. It's up there with as good as Velocicoaster, which is my favorite ride. And I'm like, okay, I got to get down there. I really do. And then, yeah, a lot of the other stuff that they have going on there just looks so good. It really does. And I mean, granted, Universal Studios is a, it's kind of, when it comes to theming, except for Diagon Alley. And, but at Islands of Adventure, it's incredible. So, though I haven't seen much, I got to think Epic Universe theming is beyond that. All right, St. Louis. Okay, I want to do play-by-play for this game like I normally do. Just, I enjoy it. I have fun. But the play-by-play is essentially St. Louis is kicking Winnipeg's ass. They haven't scored yet, but St. Louis is still kicking Winnipeg's ass. It's like, okay, I'll wait on that. And hit both Galaxy's Edge at Disney and Disney World Universal. It's, you would love it. We were down there. I guess it was what, 22 when we were down there. Like the Wizarding World is sick. The ride in the castle, the Forbidden Journey, is one of the greatest dark rides ever created. You would absolutely love, I'm sure you would love, Hagrid's magical creature motorbike, some adventure or something like that. But just walking around in Diagon Alley and walking around in Hogsmeade, you would really, really enjoy that. And then at Galaxy's Edge is pretty sweet. Like, it kind of, like, I don't really know how to describe it because opinions vary, but like I enjoy just like seeing a quote unquote full size Millennium Falcon. Like that was all I really wanted to see. And then I really enjoyed the Rise of the Resistance ride. But like I loved that ride from an engineering perspective more than like a ride. St. Louis puts it out of their own zone. All right, puck below the net. St. Louis has it in the high wall. We're back to full strength. Not that it matters. That should have been a tripping or a hold, but at this point, the refs have to be like, to hell with this, man. I'm not calling a penalty. Like, we need to get this game over with. They'll have a puck go out of play. He'll drop one out of his pockets. Dude, the food, in I don't remember all the stuff we had at Universal, but at Galaxy's Edge, they've got the Ronto wrap. It's too expensive for what it is. But if I could have gotten another one, I would have. Because I had one. I didn't realize the place closed when it did. So I only ordered one, had it, and was like, okay, I want another one of those. And they were closed. But yeah, the Ronto wrap is like, it's pork with sausage on like a flatbread. It's so good. Puck comes down to Comrie and he'll cover it up. Sorry, like I said, y'all, if anybody's new and popping in, we usually do a lot more hockey, but there's really no point in this game, as you can see. See? So anything else going on in the world? Because this game is shot. Unbelievable second period. I mean, it's like I said, the defense for Winnipeg collapsed, and on top of that, he gave up at least two way too easy goals, way too soft. Yeah, and it's killed him. Oh man, but yeah, I remember when we went down there. We went to it's I know it's not is it MGM Studios anymore? It's Hollywood Studios or something like that. But it was MGM Studios, and they sold this thing. They took a like think a Subway like full foot long like loaf or roll. They would smash it on a spike, and then there was right next to them a big bowl of chicken Caesar salad, and they would just their stuff slam the thing on the spike, and then just stuff that thing full of chicken Caesar salad. And it was one of the most amazing things I've ever eaten in my life. I can't put words on it. It was so good. It sounds so simple, but the bread was perfect. They mixed it right there, so the chicken was warm, but the salad and the dressing was all mixed on the side. It was just, oh, it was so good. And then if you ever end up in Epcot during the Food and Wine Festival, the some kind of like Hawaiian pork slider, phenomenal. All right. Face off to the right of Comrie. St. Louis is able to get it deep, but Winnipeg gets it out of the low corner. That's a hand pass all day. And we got another stoppage. Can we please? Oh, dude, St. Louis and Winnipeg are really going at it now. Damn, line judge just ate shit after trying to separate. It was that Stanley and who? Oh, Torpchenko. Dude just straight ate it after pushing Torpchenko away. That's hysterical. 4-on-4. Guess we're just going to give them either unsportsman or roughing penalties. All right, let's look at some stats real quick. Let's see why Winnipeg is getting their asses kicked, except for the fact that their goalie was weak and their defense collapsed. Are we serious right now? This really isn't happening right now. Braden Shen is talking to his brother. Maybe not. Okay, I thought he said he was shouting at his brother, but apparently they're just saying some other stuff. I don't know. I am very confused. But we got a bench minor to St. Louis, so instead of the 4-on-4, we've got a power play to Winnipeg. Big shot, stopped by Bennington and helped out by his defenseman right on the top of the crease. Winnipeg keeps it in up to the height. No, they did not. Oh, no, we have a stoppage because Bennington's helmet strap unbuckled. Damn, that was a great job to keep it in at the low point, too. See, Morrissey blasted it and just caught him right under the chin. Bust probably pushed it up on his pads on the other side. All right, so while this ass whooping is finishing up, Avalanche and the Stars at 5 tomorrow. So, ooh, that actually ricocheted off a stick. It almost kind of went on net. I don't know if it actually hit Binnington or the guy standing in front of him, but that was actually dangerous. Damn, Winnipeg. Did a good job to stop the puck from going all the way down, but they've got to completely reset anyway. Morrissey looking for a way up the ice. Kicks it all the way up high. Connor to Perfetti through the middle up to Shen. Ooh, he tries to hit Ehlers, and it's a misconnection. He keeps it in for a second. St. Louis clears it the other way. 1-on-3. Shot. And no goal. But the puck's going to come all the way back into the St. Louis zone, and the Blues are going to chill for a moment. And now they send it down. Pionk making his way up the middle. All the way up on the high wall, back to Pionk. Into the middle, Nemestikov down to Iafallo. Iafallo down the low wall. Niederreiter tries to leave it back. Appleton sends it up to Iafallo on the low wall, up to the low point. Top of the high circle. Scramble up front, and Winnipeg scores. I wasn't expecting them to score. I got tongue-tied. Oh, that ain't right. That ain't right. There we go. Just a good pass to the point. Great pass to the top of the high circle. Bennington is shifting to his left. Shot comes in, hits the post, or did it hit his leg? And then it looked like it hit the post and then went between his skates. Kind of bounced off of him. Something like that. Niederreiter is the one who fit. Let's see. Oh, no. It ends up hitting Appleton's skate out in front. Goes between Binnington's legs, and Niederreiter is able to dive in and make the score. That didn't... Okay. He was able to put it in the net. All right. Is there any hope? Not really. 1,000,000-1? Not even close. So we'll see what happens. 10:52 to go in the third. Shots are 26-17 as Winnipeg makes it a 3-goal game. Scoring for the Winnipeg Jets with a power play goal. Nino Niederreiter. Assisted by Appleton and Nemesnikov. Winnipeg down into the St. Louis zone. Goes off Lowry's skate to the low wall. Blues are going to get it, and they're going to come out with it. Oh, little sloppy. All the way up and tipped in to Comrie. He kicks it off to the high wall, and Winnipeg gets it out. Not for... Well, okay. They took it off from neutral all the way damn near to the baseline, so... I guess they wanted icing. No icing. All the way up into the St. Louis zone, but the Blues get it right back around the net to the low wall, and it's out. DeMello from his own zone, and it's going to get brought right back into his own zone. Morrissey to DeMello. DeMello up the high wall. Winnipeg in. Blues get there first. Winnipeg's going to need to cross the blue line without dumping it. Because St. Louis is like, dude, do it all day. We'll beat you to the backboards and you'll try again. 9.25 to go in the third. Shots are 27-18 St. Louis. And the Jets catch it and drop it. Pass it all the way through neutral. It gets sent back, and Winnipeg's going to get it on the low wall. Send it all the way around. Jets get it to the high point. Shot goes wide. Tipped out front by a lot of bodies in front of the net. Winnipeg are skating fast. They finally entered the zone and got the puck. Let's see how long they can set. A good tip. Blocked. A huge hit. What are we calling? Oh, Neighbors just went after him. I should go to another power play for Winnipeg at the end of this, because I don't understand what happened. I thought Nemestikov laid a good hit. Maybe I'm wrong. He laid a big-ass hit in the high corner. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a bullshit hit, but... All right, let's see what happened. They're going to have 9 guys in the box. As far as I'm concerned, that was fine. Was there a slashing or something on the low wall? Falk went after Toninato for the hit, but I thought he hit him on the shoulder. It looked brutal, but I did not see him get hit in the numbers. And there was no penalty on that hit, so when Falk went crazy on Niederreiter and Toninato, that has to get St. Louis the extra man. Probably going to end up sending both away, but... Damn it. One of these days, I will replace that cup and never again drip. See, Canada's Wonderland. I keep seeing this commercial, and I want to say that's the one that installed... Was it Copperhead Strike? No. What was it? Because I don't think that has Leviathan either, but that would be the other ride that I have on my mind. Let's see. Rides. The stunt coaster, that's around Behemoth. All right, little B&E action. Oh, flight. Oof. Couple of rough ass coasters. Oh, that is the one with Leviathan. Hell yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. That'd actually be a cool spot to go to then, because Leviathan's one of the few Gigas, one of the few 300-foot roller coasters. I am absolutely getting distracted by a Canadian amusement park I will probably never go to. Just to be clear, as we're counting down the time in this game. Yukon Striker, that's the one. I don't know if it still is, but at one time the world's tallest dive coaster. Not even, I mean, that's only a few years old. Okay, so I was right about St. Louis. Oh, no, I was. I wasn't. I was wrong. Maybe they did call a penalty for that hit and I just missed it. Nope. Roughing penalties. Yeah, so no idea what the call was there, but whatever. And now we've got another penalty. Guys, we got less than 7.5 minutes to go. Can we just end this game, please, without somebody getting murked? Oh. Ooh, that's a little stiff. Ah. 4-on-4 for 52 seconds. Another one, I don't think they ever actually showed the ref. They just showed the coaches. That's a 2-minute minor for roughing. I haven't seen the replay. Here we go. Oh, he just wrapped up his head and knocked off that. Dude, there's 4 guys in the bench for each side. There are the same amount of skaters for each team as there are guys in the box at the moment. That is insane. St. Louis fights, just fighting everybody with their sticks and winning. Winnipeg gets it around their own net, heading out. Never mind. Sandberg is going to leave it off. They're kind of waiting until they get their power play. Morrissey working his way out back to Ehlers. Ehlers across the blue line. He cuts up, heads back to the point, tips it back down, and Kyle Connor skated a little too far past it. Gotta reset. Well, St. Louis gets it back the other way. One man to beat, and Comrie fights it off. And then the rebound doesn't make it past the defensive man. Winnipeg headed back up the other way. Connor cutting to the high wall. Makes the pass. Gets it back in the corner. Into the baseline out front, and a good stick knocks the shot away. Winnipeg keeps it in at the high point. Down the high wall. High point. Pionk back to the wall. Top of the high circle. All the way across. Top of the low circle. Back to the point. Back to the high dot. And a shot. And I think Bennington got a piece of that. And then the puck ends up out of play. 3 seconds left on the Winnipeg power play. 5:25 to go in the period. Comrie did a good job. Just under 5.5 to go in the third. Shots are 27-19. St. Louis still tapping that ass. And they're playing Metallica in the arena, and it's like, okay. It's better than a lot of stuff they play. Pionk sends it, and Bennington makes the glove save. Back to even strength. And we go to a commercial break. So, like I said, I 100% expected annihilation from St. Louis. It is what they've done the other two games in St. Louis. But Winnipeg wins at home. Like St. Louis wins at home, Winnipeg wins at home. This is a series where home ice advantage has absolutely made a difference. And if it continues to make a difference, 6-2 incoming? Absolutely. Under 4.5, no way, dude. Like I said, just if you just looked at the two games in St. Louis, there were 15 goals in that two games. That's 7.5 average. It was never looking good. A little bit of a stretch here. Don't forget, 5 o'clock tomorrow, Colorado, Dallas. Looking forward to that game 7. And then on Sunday, 4 p.m. So the last couple have been 5. Sunday is 4. And we go back to Winnipeg for Blues Jets. Falling at 3 because I'm looking at someone scoring more for a parlay set up. More likely. I mean, you got nothing to lose. The only thing is everybody's in fight mode, so the chances of something bad happening are very high. You don't want the guys to give up, but at the same time, you don't want guys getting suspended because emotions are where they're at right now. You don't want guys getting hit awkwardly as revenge for something that happened earlier. So it's one of those things, like a coaching decision. You know, down 3. You got what? 5:20. I don't know. I don't know if that's the. I don't know if it's worth having the guys going out there attacking each other. Ooh, but the Avalanche and the Stars. Ugh. I hate that it's in Dallas, dude. Why couldn't Colorado have home ice? Winnipeg keeps it in, but St. Louis sends it up the wall. Morrissey dumps it deep. Out to the circle. It goes all the way to the point. Big shot. Misses the net. Dude, I'm actually like 2 big games where home ice is going to be huge. Bennington has been tougher than Hellebuck, so we kind of like St. Louis to go home because that probably be a little bit easier. Um, and then I mean, between Colorado and Dallas, I want Colorado to win just to get Dallas out. Just like I wanted the Kings to win to knock out Edmonton. This is going to be nippy all the way through, and game 7 is going to be vicious. I hope, again, they need to take, both sides, take the first period of game 2 and just, you guys got to watch this and watch how both sides were demolishing each other. Blues are pissed about something. But both sides just destroyed each other in that first period. That is what I'm hoping for in game 7. Just hit after hit after devastating hit. Hits in this game are 39-36 Winnipeg. Like, we're starting to get closer to what I'm hoping for. I want 110, 120. I want to see it be like 68-63. 62-57, something like that, dude. We've gotten a couple that started getting close. We're under 4.5 to go in the third. Face off going to be, I believe, in the St. Louis zone. Double check that in a minute. All right. The answer to your question, Jesus, is yes. Comrie is on the bench for Winnipeg. So with 4:22 to go in the third, Jets have an extra attacker on. Oh, falls. Morrissey puts it on from a hard angle. It's the outside of the cage. Morrissey gets it centered, and St. Louis is going to ice the puck. 4:04. I'm not going to lie. I'm really looking forward to eating again. Haven't been hungry in a couple of days, and all of a sudden it just hit me like a brick. Like, oh, I'm starving. Connor up tries to make a move, and we got a penalty. High stick penalty. Is it going to be on St. Louis? It is going to be on St. Louis. It absolutely was. All right. 6-on-4 has a little bit more potential. Four minutes to go in the third. 2 minutes on the Winnipeg power play after a St. Louis high stick. Shots are 27-21. And of course, 5-2 lead by St. Louis. If they can get one quick, that could build enough confidence to build momentum. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying there is potential. Oh, down low to Ehlers, and he was a little too deep. He couldn't get the tip on direction. Back to point, low circle. Pionk. Back to the point, shot by Morrissey goes into the glove of Binnington. So this power play is going to end right on the 2-minute drill. Coming up the low wall. Point, or Pionk. To the point. Morrissey to the top of the high circle. Ehlers at the low baseline. Up the wall. Into the point. High dot. No shot. Gets it down low. Across. Somehow Binnington makes that save. Somehow Binnington made that save on Velarde. Stuffed him at the goalpost. After Winnipeg did a great job getting the puck to the high baseline. He circles, gets it across the crease. And somehow Velarde he stuffs it right into Bennington's pad. Minute to go on the Winnipeg power play. Winnipeg keeps in the clearing attempt by St. Louis. Comes down to the low corner. Up to the low point. Back to the point. Down to the high dot. Gets it down low, sends it across, and both Jets miss the swing on it. Came out between Pionk's skates. Big shot goes just wide of the post. Pionk tries to just get it down deep. Luckily, Winnipeg recovers. 20 seconds on the power play. Shot goes wide of the net up to the high wall, and St. Louis clears it. 10 seconds to go on the power play as the Jets reset. Through the zone. Perfetti gets it back to Pionk. The shot goes up and out of play. It's a shame that it's 5-2 because this has actually been pretty intense. Getting ready to go off for a goal that doesn't even matter. That's so funny. Oh. All right. We are at 1:59 to go in the third. Winnipeg wins the faceoff. High point gets it down the high wall. Back and forth from the point to the wall. Cross the point down low. Iafallo back to Sandberg. He shoots. And Bennington fights it off. We are full strength. 1:38 to go before we guarantee Game 7. I mean, we guarantee Game 7. That was a stupid way to put that, but before we are officially headed to Game 7, I guess. Cross the crease. Dude, they are trying. There's just no getting past Bennington right now. 1:18 to go in the game. I didn't know that. I didn't know Bennington couldn't throw the puck forward. It was just explained that that's a penalty. Or not a penalty. It's not a penalty anymore, but it's a stoppage of play. I did not know that. That is something that is good to know. Puck up to the high corner. St. Louis is getting it. Trying to work out of their zone. They get it out. Not far. Everybody clears. Trying to go in is Lowry. He gets beat, and that puck's getting sent back the other way for another icing. "42 seconds. That is where we are at right now, and that is that. Oh, shit. All right. Well, this ended up being a devastatingly disappointing game. It kind of went exactly how I thought it was going to. Like I said, it's actually, I think I was calling it 6-2, 5-1, 6-2. And if St. Louis would just hit the empty net, we could be done with this. But we keep getting stoppages, and they keep missing the net, so they're icing the puck. But 5 o'clock tomorrow, we'll be back for Colorado and Dallas. It's like looking forward to that game, but not looking forward to it because Colorado hasn't played fantastic in Dallas except for the first game. Winnipeg crossed the red line. We're just going to watch to see if all hell breaks loose at the end of this. Big shot from Pionk. Hits something and goes up to the high wall. St. Louis fights it back off to the high wall. All the way across. Nope. Gets tipped and it's out of the zone. 3 seconds. And that's it. Don't do it, Morrissey. Don't do it. And we are done. Like I said, a shameful appearance for Winnipeg, but exactly what you expected. Hollabaugh just, woof. He collapsed in the second period. He gave up 2 really easy ones that could have made this a much more possible game instead of having to be chasing it and climbing the mountain the entire time. So, very unfortunate for Hellebuyck. He should be back. I mean, he's done this. He's given up 4 or more goals in his last 7 playoff games. So he's going to be back. Comrie did a great job, but we'll see. Again, home field advantage, home ice advantage. You got to think just because it's the way it's been going. Winnipeg got whooped 7-2, 5-1, and then went back to Winnipeg and won 5-3. So, nothing's out of possibilities. I'd probably put my money on Winnipeg just because of how it's been. 5-3 seems like a safe bet. 6-4 maybe. Again, we'll see how shook up Hellebuck is or if Comrie starts, but we'll find that out on Sunday. Very excited to see what's coming. St. Louis honestly, both teams played very good hockey, except for the 2 soft goals by Hellebuck. Everything else was, fairly well done. Binnington played great. So, like I said, very disappointing night for the Winnipeg Jets. St. Louis keeps their season alive for 2 more days, 1 more game. And tomorrow we come back at 5 p.m. for Colorado and Dallas. 4 p.m. on Sunday for St. Louis, Winnipeg. But 5 o'clock tomorrow for Colorado and Dallas. And then as we find out the schedule for the next couple rounds, we'll start making it aware. Seems like we're going to be, the typical schedule for, probably 4, 5, maybe 4, 5:30, and 7 or something like that. So, alrighty, y'all, that wraps it up. Thank you for hanging out, and hope to see you guys tomorrow. Oh. Good night.